Ever since the release of Planet Zoo, the Bactrian Camel has been a discussed topic many times within the Planet Zoo community, and for various reasons. Today I'll try to cover everything problematic with the camel in Planet Zoo. Let's start with the model itself. Overall, the base game animals tend to be of lower quality than those of the DLCs, but some are more problematic than others, especially those which are just a case of bad research or last minute change, which might be the case with the camel. Whoever designed the face of this creature seemed to have been looking at the one-humped dromedary camel rather than the two-humped domesticated Bactrian camel, which this animal is supposed to be. If I should point out the biggest issue with the camel in Planet Zoo, I would say the size of it, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me about this. And even though this is the biggest issue, it is really about the camel being way too small. This has been a problem since day one, but it got even more obvious now that they added the Przewalski's horse with the conservation pack. When you put these two species together, as the game encourages you to do, you can easily see how tiny the camel is compared to the horse. The size of the camel is so bad that it makes the animal completely useless to many players, including myself. This mistake has, as far as I know, never been addressed by Frontier, even though it really breaks the realism for many people. It has been almost 3 years now, and we are still waiting for this to be fixed. Scenery for the camel, or the lack of it, is another often discussed topic. Some base game animals have never gotten any scenery pieces, and some species even ended up with pieces for their not in the game relatives instead. This was also the case for the Bactrian camel, which we still don't have any scenery pieces for. Instead we got this dromedary camel sign. It could all seem like a result of bad communication within Frontier. Then when the Africa pack released, even more pieces for the non-existent dromedary showed up, which even led people to speculate about if a surprise dromedary could be on its way. But to be fair, we have seen non-in-game animal scenery several times, both before and after the Africa pack. But because of the base game camel oversight, it this time ended up feeling like rubbing salt in the wound for a lot of people. When it comes to the management of the camels, you can also find some issues. If you mostly play sandbox like me, these things are easy to ignore, but for other players this can be quite problematic. Here I'm talking about the camel not having enough biomes suitable for it. It would make sense to add the taiga biome to this animal, and possibly grassland as well. Also their terrain needs don't match very well with those of the Przewalski horse, even though the two species get an enrichment bonus for being in the same habitat. But issues like these we have seen Frontier fixing in the past, so we can hope it will be addressed in a future update. At this point, the camel in Planet Zoo carry around on so many mistakes that it would only be fair if Frontier took some of it off its back, so we can start to enjoy having this iconic zoo animal in the game. So please Frontier, fix some of these many mistakes, starting with making the camel bigger. If I have forgotten any problems or you want to voice your opinion on the camel, let me know in the comments. Give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to help me grow.